Good evening, you guys. Welcome to the channel. I was circling around my thoughts with regards to what Elon Musk was stating about, retirement and money may not be of importance. Capital money just may be obsolete because of the excess amount of abundance that we may have within our economy when AI starts to, take over essentially, right? With jobs. But I think there are two main things that most of us are overlooking for those that want to retire and for those that want to still obtain that financial freedom. Two main things. And this is what they are. Number one, people are assuming AI will destroy jobs. And maybe perhaps they may take jobs from, individuals like us. They may not take all the jobs, but they may take a large amount of jobs. But despite that transpiring, as we all know, it has gradually happened, especially with Meta and Google. What about the ownership? Yes, the ownership. You see, AI may reduce the need for workers, but someone still owns those companies. Those companies may actually end up being very, very profitable. You see, when it comes to, a lot of podcasters and even Elon Musk saying money may be obsolete, capital may be obsolete, and retirement may not be of importance. But when you look at it, if capital is not that of importance, then how is it that these AI companies that are becoming more profitable not that important? Because if they're more profitable, they thus are able to acquire more resources and assets to expand on the value of their business. And who gets to ride the wave of that financial value? It would be us as retail investors. This is where ownership is very important. If I know Google is going to win the AI race, if I know Meta is going to win the AI race, why would I not participate in the ownership of that paper asset? If I'm going to get some sort of leverage in life, some sort of financial powers in life, financial freedom in life, it is still very important for us as investors to build on ownership. We can have as much of abundance as anyone else in the world, especially if AI decides to take over, but there's always going to be some sort of ownership that is of importance. Which leads me to the next thing. Number two, scarcity. Scarcity. When we talk about scarcity, we'll talk about prime real estate. We'll talk about land. We can even talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as we all know, has only 21 million Bitcoin, which makes it a very scarce product. There's only so much you can own. Land, there's only so much land you can take up. Now, don't get me wrong, we have an abundance of land here in the world. But does that not mean we have a limited supply of land? That does not mean we have a limited supply of land whatsoever. So when we talk about scarcity, scarcity is what draws value into play. And then when you link in scarcity, which thus equates to an increase in value, that only logically connects with the sound importance of having ownership. So when you connect the two things when it comes to scarcity and ownership, which thus creates the value of your investment, you can say, capital is obsolete. You can say retirement is obsolete. But in hindsight, there's always value tied to whatever currency we decide to use and transition to in the future. So if we're going to have some form of currency, then eventually our capital just may be transitioned to just a different form of currency, which still equates to why it's very important to continue investing. Now, before in the last video, I felt like maybe retirement may be a waste of time simply because you're hearing, influential names like Elon Musk saying, money won't mean anything. What's the point when we have AI that's going to provide so many resources and good? There's going to be so much abundance that money will be of any importance. It won't mean much. But in hindsight, when you think about it, there's always going to be someone in charge. There's always going to be someone, some business, some land, some sort of object, product that has more value than that of the other. So when something has value, it is only right to continue investing in it. In anything you like, however you want to look at it, someone wants leverage over the other person. This even equates to having a similar way of trying to arbitrage our investments. We want to be able to leverage in a way that we have advantage to leverage so that we can increase our ownership when it comes to investing. And we arbitrage our way through dividend investing with creating a lower margin rate? Can we arbitrage our way through loaning out our investments to get something back in better returns when we receive a higher ROI? It's leverage, it's ownership, it's scarcity. So maybe AI changes how we earn money, but I don't think ownership is something that people are essentially paying attention to. If anything, ownership may become even more valuable as people may tend to lose their jobs due to AI. So with that being said, what are your thoughts on retirement and having the ability to continue investing? Do you think our capital will be obsolete? Or do you think our currency will just transition? And despite all those things happening, what are your thoughts on ownership and scarcity? Does it still equate to us having much more importance when it comes to investing and acquire ownership and assets? Tell me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one.